Within each person, there's a certain amount of transparency. Then the darkness of our lives and our life issues shade it, hiding our transparency, and we find ourselves swimming in the middle of nowhere. We get lost without even noticing, and all we have learned from our long journey is that we are just walking. And when our path is interrupted, a part of us is taken away, and we believe that it's coming, but we do not welcome its visit. It is death. Here is death making a dark cloud over our future, and we try to deny its existence. Although we know that no matter how long we live, it's so close to us. At any time it knocks on our doors. Some people claim there is no death, even when souls part bodies. They think we exist in our deeds and our ghosts. The symptoms of a Zohar person are: the person has two blood groups. His body is composed of two DNAs. Half of his face can be different from the other half. It can have an eye of a different color than the other one, and his body may have a male and female organs. He always feels those in front of him, whether lying or telling the truth. However, the case of those in front of him is, if he is far from him, he feels duplicated. As for his qualities, he is moody and he changes opinion frequently. He always sees the answer to any asked question in his dreams. He has a strong intuition and clear insight. Some cases of Zohar may be similar to those people who have strong sensory abilities, resulting from their ability to focus, train and practice in strengthening the paired body by the Quran. A Zohar person does not mean that he is a special one. On the contrary, most of those who have strong sensory abilities dealing with the paired body or a double ethereal body do not understand the language of the paired body and do not know how to control their abilities. Just as if you are on a plane and your information is so simple, almost non-existent or even not existing about flying the plane. This always makes most of them in danger. This danger lies in the ignorance of the language of the paired body. Why don't we define reincarnation as a duplication of a Quran? Something that can be somewhat tangible and more convincing. The ethereal body is present. It exists in every living being, and it is attached to the Quran. We know that everyone has a Quran, but we know nothing about it, other than that it's a wicked punk or an infidel or a Satan. We explain that to let you understand what the Quran is. The meaning of a Quran in Arabic is the inseparable consort with you. It is possible that the Satan is your consort, but it's not your Quran. It's possible that you can contact more than one consort, but you have only one Quran, which is yours. And its job is to translate the frequencies of the ethereal aura and prepare events around you. The subconscious is the means that makes you feel its existence. And you must know that the Quran that we mean is your spiritual body. But what is the benefit of the paired body? The answer is, the Quran is a reason for the continuation of your life while you sleep. Since your mind is something electrochemical, it is a reason for the energy supply to your physical body organs. It is a reason that makes your heart beats involuntarily for the mind to function. You must think in the state of consciousness and unconsciousness. Then your heart turns the thoughts and ideas into feelings, which makes your heart beat. And you realize that if you stop thinking, your heart may stop functioning. However you think, whether about something you see with your eyes or hear with your ears, or even something you touch, it is important to realize that everything happening around you makes the mind function, as it is responsible for the transformation of any life event into energy and makes your body organs function too. Hence, you understand that if you stay away from events, your mind is going to stop turning the event into energy, and maybe it suffers death. So God created unconsciousness and the paired body even when the events stop. Your mind has thoughts and feelings during your sleep. In case that there are no events, the mind gets energy from the events of your paired body, so you can see and hear while sleeping, and translate what you see and hear as a dream. To interpret dreams, professionals interpret them according to how much the inner matters behave, and this is what we will explain in detail soon. But if you do not dream, this means that you are used to material ideas, and that your mind used to give up dreams for days, because it has enough energy. But if you are thinking about something that is difficult to solve, your mind and consciousness stop explaining and solving the problem. The unconscious and the paired body then show up to solve it. Now you have learned the first rule, which is if the conscious is present, the unconscious is absent. If you want to bring unconsciousness, you must keep the consciousness away from any event and stop the mind from thinking. Therefore, animists prefer exercise, sanctums and retreats that bring them closer to the unconsciousness. Thus, you have understood the first basic function of the paired body. The second function is the setting up. Throughout the ages, many people took advantage of others by setting up or configuring a group of people inwardly. The setting was first discovered when someone did a research for a film, where he used the inward setting up to make people implement some of the orders through hidden messages. The film was made by sending subtle messages to the subconscious in the form of orders in a way no viewer can notice. And the orders were ordinary, as a message saying, if you're hungry, eat popcorn, or if you're thirsty, drink Coca-Cola. They discovered that everyone who watched the film implanted the hidden messages, and here the world concealed the meaning of the setting process, so that most people implement the hidden messages. The events in which humans are subjected to this process seem to us to be coincidences, but they were actually a process of setting the subconscious up, they making us indirectly do what we are asked to. Many events and coincidences have many mysteries that we have noticed throughout history and has remained to this day a real mystery. Some stories and people of those are known and familiar, as our world has lots of wonders and tales. We all know Titanic, but most of us do not know that before the Titanic was a true story. It was a fictional novel called Fertility by an author called Morgan Andrew Robertson. He wrote it in 1898, almost 14 years before the sinking of the Titanic. The novel is about the sinking of a ship called Titan. Titan was the same as Titanic, where it was described as unsinkable. In the novel, Titan didn't have enough lifeboats, as Titanic also. Titan in the novel collided with a glacier in the North Atlantic, in which Titanic had her collision in the same place. After that, many people who knew the novel and the coincidence panicked, yet it became a mystery so far. It is also possible that these coincidences are of people and not events. The famous artist Zubaydah Sarwat is a replica in the form, qualities and the personality of the actress Jennifer Lawrence. It is possible that a coincidence may contain hidden messages that some people use to repeat the event later, as in the American cartoon series The Simpsons. An episode about President Trump's nomination was produced in 2000. Then in 2015, the events in real life were very close to the past episode. Was it a coincidence, or was it planned with a hidden message? We have learned that many people have a necklace that enhances their abilities in identifying the Quran, making themselves a setting up that makes them able to facilitate their affairs and makes them able to send hidden messages in order to control anyone. And this is the first chapter of learning spiritual sciences. Here you understand that setting up is the reason for this coincidence, and this is close to the cases of reincarnation in one thing, which is the paired body. Since it can set up, it also can be paired with another body like it, and in this case it's called a ghost. Having understood that the soul is an entity that we cannot discover, and that the ethereal body can be duplicated, as in the case of Dorothy and other cases of duplication, and after we prove to you that the Chimera person or the Zohar is more powerful than normal people due to the duplication of his body, now we completely deny the soul reincarnation, and the reason for all we see is the duplication of the Quran of your paired body. So you feel that you are someone else. And now let's explain how we know that you have a ghost. Coincidence, from which we know the cases of reincarnation and duplication of the paired body. Recurring dreams. They may be a result of fear or suffering from traumas, and may be reflections of a Korean who has lived in the past and lives with you, as you in the déjà vu. This can be through your ghost or another ghost chasing you, and the repetition of feeling as if it happened to you before is just a means of communication with your paired body. Memories that are misplaced, as if you feel that you go to an ancient pharaonic site, or a house from another era, or feel as if you are supposed to be somewhere you feel it inside you. This is all because of the paired body, or a ghost watching you. The voices in your mind, the smell, or the vision far away from you are all because of the paired body, or a ghost trying to duplicate and communicate with you. The insight and the foresight. To know from your dreams what will happen. This is a result of the paired body, or result of a duplication, and in the case of a chimera. Seeing parts of a story in your dreams about events you are in, but with different place and time, is just a message from a ghost trying to communicate with you. Feeling that you are older than your age, and that someone else is chasing you or watching you is just because of a ghost trying to communicate with you. Your attraction to a particular culture, face, city, or country is caused by a ghost trying to communicate with you. Phobias and fear of something you have never been hurt, as water in the case of the child Jimmy, is also caused by a ghost who has been hurt by what you are afraid of.